Hey, we're back. AM 1570 WITI. And we have a special guest in the studio, Kerry Grombacher. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
You are indeed, yeah. It's
Aha.
great.
This gentleman?
Anything but late for supper, I'll answer.
Ah, one of those. Okay. He's a singer, musician, songwriter with some cowboy songs and all kinds of other things, I imagine.
Yeah.
He's got a CD out which is called It Sings in the High Line. You'll have to explain that in a minute.
All right.
But he's going to be performing for free at the Franklin County Public Library tonight at 6:30. I assume it's upstairs in the meeting room.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I've not been in
Yeah.
the building, but I'll go wherever.
Wherever they tell you.
Where they tell
Wherever
me.
they tell you, set up here. So thank you for dropping by the show. You're doing a little tour. You're kind of running around. You're going to be several places this weekend.
I'm in Southwest Virginia for a few things. This evening at the Franklin County Library here in Rocky Mount, and then Friday evening at the Bent Mountain Bistro over by Smith Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday noon at the Floyd Country Store.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that. Second time there. A lot of fun. And then Monday evening at the Roanoke Public Library, the downtown branch.
Well, so sorry we don't have an audience for you today, but this is the best we can do. There's
is
lots
fun.
of people out there.
All right.
There's tons of people out there.
How did everybody out there in Radioland?
So how would you describe what you do?
I write contemporary folk and Western tunes, a lot of ballads, a lot of story songs, and then other kinds of things too. I live in New Orleans, so I've got lots, and I lived in Austin, Texas for a long time before that, and I've got lots of interesting musical
That's
influences.
some of the good places to hang out and get some influence.
Food and music can't be beat in either town.
Oh,
That's good.
so what are you hoping to do tonight, 6:30? What you get a little just yourselves, because I don't think you've ever performed here, have you?
Not in Rocky Mount.
Not in
No,
Rocky Mount.
I've done some things in Roanoke
Okay.
and some of the areas around here. As I said, I've been in Floyd before too. I was up here last year and the year before doing some things. I'll do a show of my original songs. Probably have Aspen Black, who's a friend of mine
Yes,
here,
okay.
someone I tour with some. Have her up to do a couple songs, and we do a couple of nice duets.
Okay.
It's kind of fun. But mostly I'll do Western ballads and story songs, and I'll tell stories.
Okay. So what's one that would fit in here today that you could maybe do for us?
After what I've heard you play already, I'm going to do this tune. It's about a fellow, we've got cowboys in Louisiana. We have a very old horse and cow tradition. It's done mostly in French.
I didn't know that.
It's done by Cajun and Creole cowboys in the western part of the state. And they've got, they drive big pickup trucks. They wear straw hats year round because it's southern Louisiana. It doesn't get cold enough for fur felt. Alligator boots.
Okay.
And they worry a lot about losing calves to the alligators out there in the swamp every year. So I was sitting in my pre-Katrina kitchen in New Orleans with a couple of empty Dixie beer bottles in front of me, as I recall, and I was thinking about one of those cowboys from over by Crowley or Abbeville, Louisiana, a fellow who just decided that he was tired of losing those calves, and he would head up to Wyoming where there are no alligators. He was a Cajun cowboy from South Louisiana. He could ride like the wind, that boy could throw the hula hand. But when he tired of the view from his own front porch, he saddled up his horse, started riding north. The Cajun cowboys wrangling up in old Cheyenne. At night the bawling cattle would hear him sing a circle song about his Pierrot on the bayou and his long-lost Joey Vaughn. Round the stock pond up to the cook fire, Lord, I can hear him yet spinning tales about the swamps south of Lafayette. The Cajun cowboys wrangling up in old Cheyenne. That's why. He used to fry his knuckle oysters in a batter like his mama made. He taught the boys to speak French like they're voting off the Bukhari. Croaky finally quit when the crew complained. They didn't want stew, they wanted it to fade. The Cajun cowboys wrangling in the cook shack now. So his mama sent him chicory, and she sent him filet too. So it could boil his Cajun coffee, start his gumbo with a dark brown roux. Round the stock pond he built a little house on stilts, ran a trot line up a creek in the hills. The Cajun cowboys wrangling in the cook shack now. Oh, the Cajun cowboys wrangling in the cook shack now. And the food is more better than Dakota the West might allow. One skinny cowboy gets so many pounds, he traded his pony for a
old Cheyenne. And when the weather gets cold, you'll use a little more cayenne. For the Cajun cowboy, they say they're born to roll.
That sounds like there's some living done in that song there.
Oh yeah, I like to eat, so I like to write about the people who make the food.
Ah, oh, I bet you have some stories about food on the road.
I eat well and I eat poorly. Depends on where I am and what I'm up to.
Ah, okay. So, do you have some favorite places in the
I do.
vast?
Yeah, I do.
You remember those, don't you?
Some of them I do. Yeah, there's a tremendous Mexican restaurant in El Paso, Texas, called the L&H Cafe. It's just a wonderful place. I like the Owl Cafe in Albuquerque pretty well. What else have I eaten lately? I was just up in New Jersey, and I went to high school 2 years in New Jersey. My dad was in the Army, so I moved around a bunch. And I left New Jersey knowing that is the home of Italian food. And so I was up there, ate two really good bowls of completely different linguine with clam sauce, two different kinds of clam sauce, with white clams. And I had an incredibly good sub sandwich and White House subs in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Good memories.
You don't ever order in, do you? Just there's some food that's so good you just want to have it no matter where you are. But I guess that'd probably be a very difficult.
You can't. Yeah, maybe with 3D printing, that's going to be the thing
There you
you'll
go.
be able to do, to have any meal you want anywhere you are. But
Wow.
at the moment, you've got to go to it. So
you could work on that.
Yeah.
I bet somebody makes some serious money. Okay.
probably so.
So, what is it about traveling on the road? You like to do it, obviously, because
I do.
you're going to a lot of places beyond this. You're
Yeah,
taking off to.
I've been on the road since around Labor Day, and I've played in Kansas and Nebraska, South Dakota and Wyoming, and then made a jump over to New Jersey, Maryland. Now I'm here in Virginia. I've got stuff in North Carolina at the end of the week, and then I'll be passing through home in New Orleans for 2 days, middle of the week after next, or whatever that, I'm not sure what it is, but at some point, and then out to Arizona and New Mexico for about 3 weeks of November.
Wow.
I'm driving a little Subaru Forester with 443,000 miles on it. And my plan is to keep that car until I hit 500,000 and
Okay.
decide whether it's really going to work out.
Okay. Yeah. You just can't just make a brash decision on these
No,
things.
I've had it since it had 21,000 miles
Oh,
on it.
really?
So,
Wow. So this you decide this is my traveling car. This is going to be it.
It's a
right?
good one. I took two other cars, both of them with Saab 9000 turbos. I took those up over 255,000 miles on the road. And so I've put on some miles over the years.
Wow, that seems very precarious because that's it, just you in the car, and if the car doesn't get you there, you can't get there.
Right. I have never lost a date because of car trouble. I've come close. I had a car breakdown in Dodge City, Kansas, after a Memorial Day weekend festival, and I got it towed into Wichita. Found the dealer to deal with it, and they fixed it up for me. Turned me loose, and I had about 3 hours to get from Wichita, Kansas, up to Hastings, Nebraska for a show. And I made it in the nick of time. But that's the closest call I've ever had. Mostly, the car breaks down when I've got a day or two to.
Yeah,
to
well,
spend it.
that's very good that you get them to do that.
And it's years of training. And I've found really good repair people over the years. Some car dealers and some independent repair shops, places that really, take care of you, or taking good care of you.
How old is your car?
It's a 2001 Forester.
Okay, well that's not too bad.
No, it's not too old, but it's got a lot of miles.
Yeah. I'm sure. Has it accumulated any stickers over the years too? Because
No, I don't like bumper stickers.
Okay.
No bumper stickers on my car.
Okay. So you like to travel silently.
A little incognito,
Okay.
yes. It's an older car. One of those things I don't think anybody's going to steal. It's a car they would bring to you and leave on your on your
I don't
yard.
want this anymore. Why don't you take it?
Exactly.
I would like to try that microphone on your vocals.
Okay.
If you could adjust yourself to get over there, move the microphone wherever you need to. Ooh, that's okay. I'll get that.
Tearing the studio apart.
Yeah. There we go. Wait a minute. Okay. So how do we need to do that?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Don't lift up.
Right. Okay. I'm going to scoot over here and use this microphone.
Okay, good. And then the others for whatever else you want. But
Okay.
I think that one's better on the mic, on the vocals.
Okay.
So
this
point it
works.
up a little bit at you. There you go.
Yeah. Oh.
That's good. All right.
Okay.
So are you going to do a little contrast, something for us, something a little less happy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Give people
slow.
an example of what you're going to do tonight.
Well, nothing too down right now for this. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got some tragic songs. I've killed a lot of cowboys in my career.
Well, nothing too tragic.
But one of the things I like to
little
talk
sad.
about, I live in New Orleans, which is a wonderful place for food and music. It's also a terrific place to live if you're a songwriter, because there are 5 official accepted pronunciations of the name of the city.
Oh, okay.
There's New Orleans.
Okay.
There's New Orleans.
Orleans.
If you listen to Dr. John McRabenack,
Mhm.
he says New Orleans.
Nolens.
That's a Yap pronunciation. On the radio, there are announcers who call it New Orleans, kind of 3 syllables there. And then Cokie Roberts on public radio, who is the daughter of 2 people who were United States senators from Louisiana. She knows Louisiana.
Mhm.
She comes from a part of town where they call it New Orleans with a Y.
New Orleans.
So that's 5: New Orleans, New Orleans,
And those are all acceptable.
New Orleans, New Orleans, and New Orleans.
Wow.
So when you're a songwriter, you hit the jackpot. You've
You
got
can do
5.
it.
Right. I mean, if you live in Rocky Mount,
That's
you
it.
live in Rocky Mount.
No,
Yeah. So.
There's a thin golden sliver above the bend in the river that gives the Crescent City its name. My soul is yearning to be returning to that scene I see so clearly in my dream of New Orleans, New Orleans. Through lace curtain windows, the breath of the night blows. The river slides on by the time. Lovers drink coffee, walk on the dark streets that I see only in my dream of New Orleans, New Orleans. When this fool left home, the angels wept, but the wise men saw, and the wise men said, one angel will smile, and the moon above shines her golden light on the one I love. Oh, when the night's all that binds us, wherever life finds us, the thin crescent moon is still the same, and the night's greatest power is in her darkest hour. I see a face so clearly in my dream of New Orleans, New Orleans, of New Orleans, New Orleans.
Now, I challenge you to do 5 versions of that song.
New Orleans, New Orleans. Yeah, Dr. John did that. It was New Orleans. New
Ah,
Orleans.
I love that. I love the way he talks.
He's a trip.
He was here too.
Oh, he's also another great guy.
Yeah, really.
Good friends with one of my brothers-in-law, and
I want to ask
Interesting
people about
stories.
that, because there's some celebrities you just want to say, God, I hope they're a nice person. I really hope they're a nice person. And when you find out one way or the other, it can be so greatly disappointing.
yes.
And it's like, oh.
I won't tell you about any of them
Okay,
who are not.
okay,
But I'll
okay.
tell you of people I've met
Yes.
and had conversations with that are really nice. Lionel Richie.
Okay.
Delightful man. Stevie Wonder.
Oh,
also great.
okay.
I worked with him. I drove him in a golf cart and talked with him for a while.
Good. He didn't do the driving. That's I'm so glad.
He, it's one of those jokes. He would like to, but
Yeah.
nobody ever lets him. Brad Paisley, incredibly nice.
Really?
I was playing mandolin with a friend of mine out in Oregon, and we opened a show at an outdoor stadium for Brad, and he and his everybody in his organization, just the nicest people imaginable. I mean,
Wow.
we had supper together. He took pictures backstage with us, and they'd had bus trouble coming across Oregon. Their bus broke down, and all kinds of stuff. They could have been frazzled and really, really
On edge.
on edge, but just completely relaxed. Really nice guy.
Wow.
So a lot of people like that. I mean, there's some really nice people out there in the music world.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It doesn't. Success does not.
No,
Always. Sometimes.
there's some difficult people too, but
Yeah, yeah.
The nice ones are really nice.
Oh, good. Yeah. So you're going to be at the library tonight, 6:30 p.m.
Yes.
Please go by there. Free concert. You've heard some of this already, and you know it's good.
Yeah, I'd love to see people out for that. I love coming back to this area. I've got good friends here in the Southwest Virginia Songwriters Association. My friends Aspen and James Black who have a horse farm over here in the Sontag area. Just it's nice to come here where Weather's beautiful, people are nice, gorgeous landscape.
Maybe you'll come back to the Harvester.
That would be
next
nice.
time.
I'll have to talk to them about
Yeah.
that. I mean, I've got acquaintances and friends who've played there. I'm looking at the list of people coming up.
Quite an interesting bunch.
Yeah.
And we had a dog act from America's Got Talent. We've got next week, next month, there's actually a horror fest coming to Harvester, which is interesting. I think there's a wide variety. It's not just,
Is that going to be part of the Halloween
I don't know.
celebration?
I think it's Friday the
actually
13th. It's because Friday the 13th has an anniversary or something. So they're doing that on Friday the 13th. So it's interesting. But how about if you play us out something, since we're kind of running out of time
Sure.
here?
I'll do a little downer song. I've never spent any time in prison, but this one is set in an old prison in Colorado where those bad old days, one of those air conditioned in the winter and heated in the summer kind of places.
Okay.
They built the territorial prison out on the edge of town. 3-foot thick walls of limestone brick and the turrets all around. Yeah, watchtowers all around. From behind these bars I can see the yard and what they call no man's land. And I can hear the singing of the Arkansas, the music of the dam, boys, the music of the dam. The river runs clear and fast in the mountains, and then it muddies and it slows. Like your path is so clear when you're young and free, but like a game trail when it's cold, it's hard to find when you go. I stole 3 horses and I killed a man. I was running for the Cherokee Strip, but they brought me back here in shackles and chains, and I ain't been out of them yet. No, I ain't taken one step yet. I drew a medicine wheel on the floor of my cell. I scratched it with my fingernails. I had to guess about the north and the south, 'cause you can't see the stars in jail. You can't see the stars in jail. The river runs clear and fast in the mountains, and then it muddies and it slows. Like your path is so clear when you're young and free, but like a game trail when it's cold, it's hard to find when you go. Dreamed I was back on the Gunnison, where the canyon is cold and black. If I could free my legs, Lord, I'd run and run. They'd never cut my track. They'd never take me back. Let my spirit rise like the sweet grass smoke when they pull me from the cell. And like a red-tailed hawk over heaven's gate, I'll look down on this hell, boys. I'll look down on this hell. The river runs clear and fast in the mountains, and then it muddies and it slows. Like your path is so clear when you're young and free, but like a game trail when it's cold, it's hard to find when you go. Hard to find when you go.
Kerry Grombacher at the library tonight, 6:30, downtown Rocky Mount. Please be there. Have some fun, and you'll be in town and doing other shows elsewhere for a little bit.
Thank you all very much. Good to meet you,
I
Carl.
wanna thank you very much for being here.
Great pleasure.